Alright everybody, for your viewing pleasure, a Uberti Schofield top brake revolver. I've actually been looking at getting into one of these for a long time now. We're talking years, but Uberti is freaking proud of this gun. They want between, actually I don't know exactly what the MSRP on these things is, but it's between $900 and $1,100. Street values between $800 and $900. I was fortunate enough to pick this up at a gun show for $550, so I couldn't let that go, especially after being, looking at getting into one for several years now, but never wanting to pay that royal price for one. But it is a Uberti Schofield top brake 45 LC revolver. Very nice gun. The machining on this one compared to Uberti's Cattleman's, even their nicer ones, I mean, at least for that $1,000 price tag, they give you your money's worth in terms of the steel and the machining. It's a really nice gun, and even though it's a top brake, they really beefed up this latch here, because this is the one weakness of the Schofield. The original caliber was 45 Schofield, which was a substantially smaller round than 45 long Colt because of this weakness here. But with this latching mechanism, I've seen people, moronically, but I've seen people load their plus P round 45 long Colt ammo into these Uberti Schofields and shoot them, fairly reliably. I have seen a few of them pop open, but most of them don't. And I mean, the Ubertis, they upgraded the latch here. It's beefier, but Schofields really aren't meant, especially if you're shooting 45 long Colt out of them, are really not meant for anything more than just cowboy loads. Which, if anybody's got a good load for a Schofield, there aren't too many Schofields up on YouTube, but if you own one and you've got a good load, I'm looking to get into this Trail Boss IMR. I'm going to start reloading with that. So if anybody's got a good load out there, let me know about it. I'd be curious to know, because I'm going to start experimenting with that. But anyway, yeah, it's an awesome gun. Some of the things I like about it more than the 1873 is this grip here. It gives you a lot more surface area, and this kind of just wants to roll into your hand with recoil. And it's also a lot better for follow-up, because on an 1873 it comes back and it shifts your hand up. I'll demonstrate here. You shoot it and then it recoils back, your hand shifts slightly, and then bringing the hammer back down, you kind of get snagged right there. And anybody who has an 1873, you know what I mean. I mean, if you're experienced in it, it's not a big deal, but if you're out shooting fast, or you're getting excited, or you're just goofing around, you know about this snagging that goes on there. So with the Schofield, you have a really wide hammer, and it's further up like this, and you don't have that problem with your follow-up shots. You just go to town, and you'll see it's not causing my barrel to take off anywhere, because I can cock it straight down, whereas it's a lot more difficult to do that on an 1873. Your barrel wants to cant off. See, that was over exaggerated, but your barrel does want to cant off when you're doing that, and it's much easier to not do it with the Schofield. And then there's the fact that it's the almighty top brake. Oh, and just a note for those of you who may be buying a Schofield cylinder will turn either way, clockwise or counterclockwise, just so you know. So let's see if I can get this thing. I've got it loaded up with empty 45 long Colt shells. Let's see if I can open it up one-handed and get the shells to eject. So I missed two. Anyway, but that's how they worked. You had the front sight here that you would press, and then the gun would open. And here, let's do it one more time, but slowly, so you can see the extractor arm move up there. See, just like that. And then once it gets to its full battery, it hits a spring and it goes down. So, very nice gun. Ease of reloading. I mean, very nice. Haven't wanted to get into one because of what they want for it, but at least you're getting what you paid for in terms of the material. So, and just an update, I'm also planning on using this IMR powder in a 4560 lever gun that I've got coming in the mail. I'll show you guys a picture of it in a second, but it's in 4560, which basically is the same as this 45 Winchester Magnum. It's going to be shooting a 45, a substantially bigger 45 actually, between 300 and 450 grains, between 1000 and 1800 feet per second at the muzzle. It's called 4560, and I'll show you guys a picture of it over here. This is it, if I can get my computer screen to turn on. Get rid of this. That's it right there. It's called the 1876 Saddle Ring Carbine. It was most famously pictured in Crossfire Trail with Tom Selleck, but it is an 1876, which is basically just an expanded 1873 action, and expanded and beefed up. And then it has a 22-inch barrel, ladder rear sights, full-length musket stock. It'll carry 8 rounds, and I'll have it in just a few days, so I'll get a video of it up for you guys, because 4560 though is not a common caliber. I've had to buy the dies for it, and you know, all the stuff hasn't come in from Midway yet. But when it does, I will get out there and I will have a video up shooting this Uberti top brake and that 76 4560 for you guys. Oh, and the other thing about the Schofield, as you can see, the sight picture much better than the 1873. Has very modern style sights. So let's look down the sights here. There we go. Much easier sight picture, and with the Schofield having a fixed barrel, very accurate gun. Target gun, definitely. Can't have hotter loads, but it's definitely, you know, it's definitely a great gun. I like it a lot. So, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys later.